This is a multi-part video series consisting of picture-in-picture footage of Arma 3 gameplay from both the Game Master's perspective and the participants of the mission. As always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the series as much as we enjoyed making it. If you like watching these episodes, maybe you'd like to join in too. Our team is looking for new members. Just click on the annotation on the screen or visit MGamers.com/Arma Recruit. We'd love to have you join us. What's up, guys? It's Funar from MultiplayerGamers.com. We're here with another Arma 3 Zeus mission, and we've got a pretty good-sized team here, honestly. We have Sato, we have Kaiga, Vetter, Luzon, Millers, 9, Conan 58, Icarus, Rude, and yours truly, Funar. So we got a great big squad size here. This will be a really good one. I have to apologize in advance. I don't have much of a voice, so you probably won't hear me talking too much. I'm actually coming down from a rather significant sinus infection, so I'm going to try to refrain from talking as much as possible, but I'll try to still keep things interesting. Yeah, I'll probably clear my throat a lot too, but we'll see how that goes. So we are on the terrain of Celle. This is an Arma 2 terrain that that's been ported back to Arma 3, and it is actually pretty large terrain, as you can see from me zooming out here. Let me zoom back a little bit further to get some roads in here. But for the purposes of this mission, we're focusing on the town of Celle proper here. So the team is stationed here at the airfield, and their primary AO is actually going to be the town here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to draw a line here. I'll explain that in a moment. Oops, let's do this. And we'll do this. And there's a reason for this. That is the no-fly zone. Actually, I did want to make these red. So let's do this. There we go. And so the reason I drew that is the point at which I do not want their air support to fly north. And actually, Conan 58 is going to be the team's pilot tonight. And he's going to be flying a different bird that we haven't really used before. This is an EC-635, and this is the CAS version. He'll actually be allowed to play CAS, or close air support on this one. It seats a good number of people. It seats 8, I believe. So he may actually have to do 2 trips, given the number of people we have here. But it is the CAS version. As you can see, there is a rocket pod on the co-pilot side, and then a fuel tank on the pilot side. So that is going to be the aircraft Conan is allowed to fly. This particular mission is pretty simple. In this town here, this is Celle. This is a German area. This is actually modeled after an actual real-world area. And modeled, I'll say it's loosely modeled on the real-world area. There's a lot of creative license being taken by the map developer, so it's not exactly what the actual area looks like. But it is modeled after a real-world scenario. And the storyline is quite simple in this one. This town has started seeing an uprising in what we call the Unknown Terrorist Organization. I'm sure you can figure out who they are. And so the team has been asked to come here and help the local authorities in training them on the tactics that they've used in the past for taking care of this terrorist organization. So what I'm going to do right off is, since this is an Arma 2 map, these buildings that are here, very few of them are actually enterable. I mean, this one is, that one is. A lot of them are just empty. So like this one, as you can see, I could fly through it and there's nothing inside. Same thing with this one. There's like the entryway is all that there is. So to make things interesting, I'm actually going to place a few additional buildings, and I'm going to use one of our new, it's not really new anymore, I suppose, one of our new-ish mods that we have. We've actually been adding more and more structures and other just kind of interesting tidbits to the game. So I'm going to add a stone house, which should be enterable. And I'll explain why I'm doing this in a moment. So here's one house with a bush growing in the middle of it. And I'll put another one. I'll put the white stone house. Actually, I don't want another stone house. I want... Let's go up here. I don't really want Afghan houses. Here, this is what I'm looking for. Is this the one? No. That is actually nothing. Interesting. Okay, let's see. I'm going to add... I kind of want a bunch of different... See, I don't think Afghan houses are what I'm looking for here. We'll do the big white house here. So this one's kind of long and narrow, right? Let's see, where's the entrance? There's the entrance. So I don't want it that far out of the ground. Oops, come on. No, really, go down. There we go. Make sure nothing's growing inside. Okay, so there's a house. And I'll put another one over here. We'll do a large yellow house on the corner here. Oops. So as of the filming of this episode, the Arma 3 developers released a video on the new Eden editor. And they actually announced it quite a while ago, but there was actually a video released today that really showed more of what could be done in Eden. And I got to say, I'm really looking forward to it. I think inevitably these setup missions are going to be done well in advance of the actual mission day. Instead of doing this now when the guys are sort of, gearing up and waiting and discussing their plans for the mission before we actually start the mission, it'll give them an opportunity to have those discussions. We can just jump in and get started if I can do the setup of this kind of stuff ahead of time. So I'm really looking forward to Eden for that purpose. Plus, Eden's going to give us a lot of other options as far as some things you just can't do in Zeus. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be really interesting to see what we can do. So I'm just adding some additional buildings to this area because, again, I don't want a stadium. That'd be kind of cool, but that would take too long to actually put together. Yeah, these are too small. In garden, no roof, yeah. So the reason I am doing that is quite simple. So I wanted to have additional units in this area. So what I'm going to do is, one of the things that we have is the ability to spawn entire garrisons now. And I wanted to have a civilian population in here. And let's see, we'll do 3 people per building, maximum units of... I don't want too many civilians. And what this is going to attempt to do is spawn a bunch of civilians. This may or may not work, given the fact that this is an Arma 2 map. A lot of these buildings are actually not considered buildings. And yeah, so this is actually not going to function the way I thought it was going to, which is fine. We'll do things the old-fashioned way. We'll go here, and we will start spawning some random guys. So put a car down. And we'll put another car. And a pickup truck. And these will be for ambient life in this zone. So there's some cars. Put some men down as well. And I'm just going to space them out kind of randomly. I'll have some in the buildings. Don't want a marshal, he's armed. Put a journalist over here, maybe. Some random civilians in buildings. Back here. Over here. Yeah, what that function does, the garrison units, what it does for us is it determines what buildings there are in the area and then randomly populates units. But it doesn't work so well with Arma 2 maps. So as we saw there, didn't expect that to work, but it would have been nice if it did. Let's see, what's this guy look like? I haven't placed him yet. Okay, it's just a dude. Profiteer, woodland guy. I'll put a couple workers down here as well. It's pretty good saturation for that area. I want to do the same thing over here. Put a bunch of guys together like they're discussing something in the courtyard here. Again, these guys are just ambient. They are just here to give a sense that the town is alive. And some of these guys may actually end up being operatives for the unknown terrorist organization. So we'll kind of get in that later. I'm still going to just sporadically spread. I'm still going to put a bunch of these guys just down in the area like so, just to keep things interesting. A couple villagers. And these guys will inevitably start doing their own thing, so put some of these guys like in the building here. Couple guys on the top. Oops, worker. So there we go. Okay, so we got some ambient life in the area. I feel like we need a few more over here. Stick a priest. A random priest on the corner talking to a guy, maybe. I don't know. Sure, why not? And then let's get some other vehicles. Put a tractor out here. Put a couple of vehicles like so. And we'll make these drive around when the mission starts too, so. Oops, not what I wanted to do. Let's try that again. I think we need a city bus. Do that with it. It should make the bus do a nice little, oops, I just kind of did. Hate when I do that. Let's do it this way. Boom. 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 I accidentally clicked on the map. And you're stuck in the tree now, aren't you? Thank you, Arma. There you go. Make him go quietly, like so. There. He should just do like a bus patrol around the town. So the reason there is this no-fly zone, now that I've gotten to that, is I'm actually going to pre-stage guys up here. And just to make my life a lot easier. So the guys we're going to be using, again, are the Unknown Terrorist Organization, which are the ISIS guys. So that's... You've seen us use them before, and we're going to use them again, because they're actually kind of fun to have in the map, just the way the AI treats them. So we'll do an army squad, and then I will also do... let's see here. I want some vehicles like this one. Oops, who's in there? Get out. Okay, so this guy is going to be in here. That was interesting. And we'll put some more guys. We'll spawn some additional dudes. So, let's see here. And I'll be spawning more as we go. I'm not going to pre-stage everybody, because it's a little ridiculous to pre-stage them all. The point of having the no-fly zone is to give me a place to give me a place to spawn guys, basically, and that way the CAS is not seeing me actually spawn them. Kind of takes away the immersion factor of it. So, oops, I'm in the wrong place. I want these guys. And here. And we'll do another one. And there. And I haven't decided if we're going to have any air assets. Part of me thinks we shouldn't, because the ISIS guys wouldn't necessarily have them. I mean, I'm wrong about that, I realize, but at least in our universe here, historically, they have not had any vehicles, any aircraft, I should say. They have had assets of all different factions, though. So, for example, I think what I might do here, the towing tractor, what I might do here is spawn some other vehicles, like, like this, for example. It's an armed SUV with a minigun on the top. And I won't go crazy with those. I'm going to spawn, I think, one of them. I believe they do... Get over here. You here. You over here. You here. All three of you, I think, yeah, there's 3 guys that fit in there. So we're going to do one. I might do a couple of these. We haven't used these before, so I don't know exactly how well they work, or if there are any issues with them, so this should be interesting. So I'm only going to do 3 of them. And we'll spawn 3 guys per. So that'll get it started, at least. I will spawn some additional troops as we go. Oh, I need to put some civvies in this area, too, before we continue. And we'll drop some additional guys. Oops. Not that, actually. Yeah, not that. And some of these guys are going to be, like I said, they'll be in cahoots with the Unknown Terrorist Organization. But for now, I'm just trying to make it a little bit interesting as far as number of people they have to be concerned about. And then what I also want to add is I'm going to give them some additional supports. And by supports, I mean I'm going to spawn some additional guys here. So I think I don't have actual German forces. Let's see here. Let's do... Oh, I do. Oh, they're desert, though. Let me see what they look like. Okay. Actually, no. Yeah, those guys would be okay. So these guys are going to be part of kind of a squad. I'm just going to have them walking it. Like so. Just like that. I'll even give them a helping hand, stick them over here. And then we'll do the same thing with these. We'll do some more. Except we'll make them do the opposite path. So there. 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 And hopefully the bus doesn't run them over, because I've seen that happen quite a few times. Make them happy walking people. So hopefully these guys will cross the bridge, and it looks like they are going to, which is good. Except he's precariously walking on the edge. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Okay. He is precariously walking on the edge of the bridge. Now, this is probably not part of his training. But for some reason, this gentleman has decided that the edge of the bridge would be the safest place to walk for a patrol, so we'll just let it happen. But, yeah, I'm not sure what that dude's thinking. But we'll go with it. Sure, why not? I wonder if his buddies will follow him. His buddies are like, you know what, dude? I don't know, I don't get it. Here, let's move this dude up here and see what he does. Follow him up there. Him. They're all going to walk along the edge. Okay, that is actually a guy... Well, there he goes. See, he was actually walking through the bridge, but I don't get it sometimes. Arma AI is... Uh-oh. Yeah, see? That's exactly what I told him was going to happen. Look at him. He's now swimming. Ay vey. Well, we'll just... Let's see, and what is going... Why is there a spot there? What is going on here, guys? Come on, over here. What are you guys doing? Oh, I think when I moved them, they became dumb. It happens. We'll just let it happen. All right, so we do have a patrol, of AI forces that are going to be acting as a support, or rather, the team is supporting those guys. So that is all I'm going to spawn for now. I'll then later, some of these AI will become hostile. And then, of course, we have the unknown terrorist organization up here. And they're actually going to be approaching from a bunch of different directions. I have those guys there for now as kind of the first wave. But I'm going to allow the team to do the patrol of the town first before we get a little bit too crazy with the number of actual AI soldiers that come in. But that is where we are going to start for now. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the setup. I hope you enjoyed this mission. This should be a good one. We got a good size team here, so this should be a fun one. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.